I'm looking for the lab.
Do you have an appointment?
I don't think I need one.
Yeah, I think you do.
I think you'll find they're expecting me.
And you are Mr.
Charles Cat.
Okay, sign me a new one. I have Mr. Charles Card here.
It's not on your list. Okay, I'll check mine.
Stress. What the hell is he doing here?
Stars, should I send him out?
Yes, no, certainly. Send him up, send him up.
Okay, you can go through it.
Yes, Fufu.
Hi, Mingus is here.
I thought he died.
Charles Kaji from Lancaster.
I'll be there as soon as I can.
Mr. Kati, sorry, Mingus. You just got off a 20-hour flight. I thought you'd be sleeping.
I don't sleep much.
Oh, okay. Shall we meet the partners?
Certainly.
So, how are you finding the hotel?
It's impressive.
Don't you just absolutely love those baths?
I showered.
Oh, Vuvu. DM Blanchetti. It's for the Premier's inauguration.
Whichever. This is Mr. Kati.
Mr. Kati. Jaws. Jaws Bengo.
No, people call me Mingus.
Mingus. Let my children hear music, eh?
Hi, I'm Nadine Shankanovsky.
Nadine, good to meet you.
Likewise.
Nadine is an analyst in our in-house council.
Well, Mingus, follow me.
That's what's deciding whether we're worthy of the investment. He's a child.
He's supposed to be some wunderkind. After leaving, he went to London School of Economics and then Oxford, cum laude, beginning to end.
Pinto doesn't get out much.
Monty.
Vuvu, the union has now determined that petrol attendants are semi-skilled labour. Pop the cap, stick it and pull the trigger. For heaven's sake, my giddy arm could do it. What do you need?
I need to introduce you to Charles Kati.
Charles. Monty Atkins, good to meet you.
It's my pleasure.
Is there a problem with the hotel? They're only expecting you tomorrow.
No problem. I thought we might get the ball rolling.
Yes, quite. Why not?
Mingus, let me show you around the office.
What's he doing here?
He says he doesn't sleep.
I didn't ask you to put him to bed. I said keep him away. Today we might not look like a company that he thinks Lancaster International should sink 200 million rand into.
Well, shall I have him thrown off the building?
We can turn that 200 million into $1 billion.
I know.
I need that 200 million.
We'll get it.
Want that 200 million.
Okay, now you're stating the obvious.
Needs to be.
Morning, Nikki.
Morning.
Anything?
Mr. Kati arrived early.
I know. Anything else?
Mbali Musumani's here.
She's...
She's the journalist from Britain's World. She arrived half an hour ago. She's over there.
Thanks. Morning. Pearl Luzipo.
Hi, Mbali Musimani.
Someone will show you to my office. Have you been offered tea or coffee?
I've had some mint tea. Thanks.
I'll be with you shortly. Nikki, could you get this to my office, please?
No problem.
Thanks. Oh, excuse me. Thanks. Charles. Pearl Luzipo.
Oh,
Nice to meet you. Monty? Charles?
Well, Charles will leave you to settle in. Nadine will pass on some mandate clauses for you to have a look at, and if you need anything else, well, just give us a shout.
If I might ask, what is the lab's order of business for the day?
We'll just be pressing on with energy sector empowerment deal, dotting I's, crossing T's.
More specifically,
We're advisors to a union on the negotiations with Atlantic Oil.
oh, I think I'd like to sit in,
Oh, so you watch it, guys.
if I may.
Would you rather just relax, settle in, find your feet?
No, I'd rather sit in.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Thanks, Monty. Were you coming to look for me?
I left my bag at reception. Nikki has it. Mbali Musimane, I don't think I know that name. I only recently joined Business World. This will be my first feature.
Feature? Vuvu said there were only going to be a couple of questions.
Well, there were. I was hoping, though, if you'll agree to it, to do an in-depth story on you. Like a week in the life sort of thing.
Sort of thing.
A week in the life of Perluzipo.
You're gonna have to fit into my schedule.
That's no problem.
Good. Where would you like to start?
At the beginning?
Oh, he's gonna need this.
Yes, he is. And he is?
He is the guy who's decided we're going to invest £18 million into this company.
For that, he needs an office.
No, he needs an office because he's been seconded to us until the ESCO pitch.
Oh.
Hi.
Hello.
You're gonna need this. May I?
Yeah. The negotiating team's here yet?
Any minute now. Are you sorted?
I'm getting there. Have you got bottled water in the office?
Of course. Something else to eat perhaps with us? We've got muffins, toasted cheese and tomato.
I'm fine, thanks.
You don't eat either. There's a Bulgarian company in town, Opera. Would you be interested?
No.
Monty has tickets to the rugby test match, and he would love for you to join him.
I don't really understand the game.
Sam, what about some Bafana Bafana? I feel like some F&B.
All crowds aren't really my thing.
Oh. Well. So, when will you be visiting your mother?
Is this information you need?
Well, kind of. I'm organizing the week's entertainment.
I'll get back to you on it.
Sure.
Well, 4 years ago, while I was CEO of the Women's Empowerment Consortium, I was approached by Montgomery Atkins, now Director of Corporate Finance, and Simon Bengu, who heads up our Equity Fund and Public Finance Division.
And your role is what?
New business and capital raising. The intention was to form a financial advisory company that would bring black and white companies together on empowerment deals, given our government commitment to black economic empowerment. The result is what you see here today.
How is the shareholding structured?
Three-way joint control. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning.
See you tomorrow.
Right.
Okay, Atlantic is going to argue that Atlantic Local's loan agreement with London is debt the union isn't buying. And so therefore the cost of purchase is already been discounted.
Excuse me. Judith. Long time.
Yeah, chores.
What are you doing here?
Just closed the textile JV. Union deployed me here. Thought I could help sort some problems.
Problems? There are no problems. It's just negotiations.
No, head office thinks that there are problems. They think that you might have forgotten that we, the union, are your clients.
Because you're our clients.
No, they think that you might not have our best interest at heart. That you're just looking to sign the deal so you can impress Lancaster.
Come, let's discuss this in my office.
No, let's start.
You know this Trojan horse.
Yeah, back in the day we negotiated together for Sakao.
So you can deal with her.
No problem.
I hope so. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to introduce Mr. Charles Carty from Lancaster in London. He's requested that he sit in simply to observe, so if there are no objections, we can proceed.
Can I start? Good day, my name is Judith Furey. Mr. Walker, Mr. Masuku, pleased to meet you. I believe we're still waiting for an answer on the in-house loan agreement proposal.
As indicated yesterday, Ms.
Furey.
Ms. Furey, our fiduciary responsibility to our shareholders precludes us from entering into any agreement of this kind at this time.
As expected. Okay, we move on. So, where we're at is the bank will fund the purchase over 5 years. In that time, we'll receive our share certificates, but obviously won't be able to access any of the profits because that'll be used to pay off the debt. In short, a tired cliché of an SPV.
Judith, this process has thrown up some very valid innovations.
Which have resulted in a stalemate. Here's the thing. Our constituency is made up of the previously disadvantaged. Capital has to flow down to them. If we're going to be paying off debt for the next 5 years, that is not going to happen.
They will, though, be part owners of one of the most profitable oil companies on the globe.
But we won't be sharing in any of the profits. Mr. Walker, please don't think that because you're a multinational oil company that you can exploit us to satisfy your need to be empowered. We have mouths to feed. We will not be bullied.
Beyond the rhetoric, Ms.
Furey.
Ms. Furey, what is it that you are suggesting?
Oh, we're not suggesting anything, Mr. Walker. We're demanding 4% of dividend flow.
I assume you knew nothing about this.
Perhaps we could begin by discussing it in principle.
There is no precedent for anything like this.
We are not here to follow precedent, Mr. Walker. We're here to create it.
You are aware I have no mandate to negotiate anything like this.
Then I suggest you get it.
We will talk to London, and perhaps by tomorrow, you and your client will be on the same page, so we can enter into a meaningful discussion.
Sorry, Judith, where do you think you're going? Sit down, we need to discuss this.
We'll discuss this when they get their answer. Let's go.
I will talk to her tomorrow. She needs to enjoy her strategy.
R200 million. What makes you think you can administer such a sizable amount in your equity fund?
Simple. At startup, our equity fund was capitalized at only 4 million rands, and we've grown that to an excess of 60 million rands within just 2 years.
And your strategy was what?
We've been targeting medium-sized companies with experienced management teams and, of course, a history of profitability. We're growing them, and after 5 years, we exit.
And you'll use the same strategy with our capital injection?
Sure. Don't fix it if it ain't broke.
Quite. Have you had any disputes?
If you mean legal disputes, no.
But you have had disputes?
Normal course of negotiations, disputes, yeah.
Similar to the one I witnessed today?
These things happen.
Where there's a breakdown in communication between you and your client?
Chief, unions are known to spring surprises.
George, if I may, Mingus, what happened today was out of the ordinary. Their previous negotiator was clinging to a model based on one of Exxon's acquisitions, where the multiples completely disregarded the IBLC, the formula for determining the price of oil worldwide, because he was passionate about securing a market-driven oil price, which, as I'm sure you know, is not within our power to influence.
Good. So you're saying that tomorrow I'll see you working in tandem with your clients, them taking your advice and you fighting for their positions, yes?
Sure.
Excellent.
You might want to tone down your attitude with him just a little.
We kiss ass now, we'll always kiss ass, Nadine.
Maybe we should get the 200 million, then we can stop kissing ass.
All right.
Has Judith got back to you yet?
No, but I'll try again tonight.
Atlantic's not going to accept the 4%. And she's going to reintroduce corporate social investment.
No, she won't.
And you know this how?
Because we've done it.
What, CSI?
CSI.
We better be prepared. It'll only take 45 minutes.
No, I can't tonight. My son's got a swim gala.
A swimming gala?
Yep.
Fascinating.
See you tomorrow.
The previously disadvantaged have to be seen to be succeeding, so political policy, charters, etc. are essential for the creation of black role models, who in turn will inspire the younger generation. Excuse me. Hello, Fifi, how'd it go?
Oh, the test was fine. Listen, the bell's about to go. Can you give me some airtime?
Fifi, we had an agreement.
I know. Just take it out of next month's pocket money. Thanks. Bye.
Sorry.
Your daughter.
Oh, yes.
Can I ask what your involvement is now with the Women's Empowerment Consortium?
Well, I'm not as involved as I used to be, obviously, but I am on the board and I help out whenever I can.
Or is your time equally divided between the lab and WEC?
Of course not. I'm a director at the lab.
Which involves precisely what?
Oh dear. I bring in clients, I see to the day-to-day running of the operation, I do what directors do. You do know what directors do, don't you?
Yes. Sorry, it's just that I've noticed that you're not part of the negotiations between Atlantic Oil and the union.
Mr. Atkins and Mr. Bengu take the negotiations to the deal memo stage, and that's where I come in. My plate is full.
No, I can see that. It's amazing how you juggle all of it, really.
Why didn't Judith get back to you?
She thinks with everybody in the dark, preemptive strikes work better.
And Mingus knows this.
I mentioned it.
How was the swimming gala?
My son was brilliant.
Oh, he won.
He came fourth.
And that's brilliant.
He can swim. Okay, let's start. Mr. Walker, do you have a response?
Yes, a dividend flow is a non-negotiable, so it's a flat-out no.
What a surprise. Fine. We need to relook at your corporate social investment then.
We spent 2 weeks on CSI. We're not going back over it again.
No, we are. The bursary scheme and the AIDS intervention are appreciated, but we don't think it goes far enough.
Who is this we? I assume you've discussed this with your client, or are we in left field again?
Judith, continue.
We need an initiative that will result in black ownership at a local retail level.
And you propose we achieve this how?
90% of all new petrol stations must be black owned.
That's absurd. This country doesn't have the skill base to support that.
Which is why a training academy will be created.
Which I assume you'll be convincing the bank to bankroll.
No, Atlantic will convince the bank. If you fail, you pick up the tab.
If I can be frank, Miss Fourie, you're biting the hand that feeds you.
No, I'm biting the hand that exploited, raped, and pillaged this continent.
Judith, enough now. Listen, the idea has merit, but maybe you need to revisit your demand of 90%.
Oh, for God's sake, the whole idea is harebrand. There's not a snowball's chance in hell I'm taking this anywhere near London.
Then I don't know why we're here.
Oh, finally, we have something that we agree on.
These negotiations are over. Let's go.
Judith, sit down.
Jaws, just calm down, all right? Everybody just relax, all right? Miss Fourie.
Excuse me.
Not this one, dear.
Is everything cool?
Fine.
Great.
Afternoon.
Hello,
Thanks
Pearl.
for waiting. Right, the mandate that will govern the equity fund. Mingus, would you like to start with Lancaster's preconditions?
Very well. The lapse fee for administering the fund will be set at 1.5%.
We need to make that 3%,
Well, these are preconditions.
which we are here to negotiate.
Yeah, Jules, can we just listen? Sorry.
We're not prepared to invest our capital in minority positions. We have to have a controlling interest.
That can't work.
Can I finish?
Mingus, Jules does have a point here. Look, BE is driven by charters which generally stipulate that 25% of any company has to be black-owned. So these controlling positions don't quite make sense here.
We'll revisit it. Thank you. Next, sectors. Given that this is a general industrial fund, the mining sector is out.
Again. Someone please explain.
The thing is, minerals and energy fall under one government department. Eliminating minerals might not make sense.
Also, we have associates in the department, and sometimes we get information that we need to take advantage of rather quickly.
But I was about to mention the creation of a specific mining fund.
Yeah, but by then it could be too late. You need to listen to our suggestions. I'm not sure you have the lie of the land here now, boss.
Or maybe you should draw up your preconditions and I'll have a look at them.
Typical of an exile. Arrogant and ignorant.
Could you just leave the fucking struggle baggage at the door? You could have just pissed 200 million rands up against the wall. You need to get your head straight, Jaws. I'm serious.
What? Is it your turn now?
I couldn't give a shit at your company. Judith agreed to a drink.
Oh,
I told her that I'd be there as well, to prevent any undue influence.
you said that?
Insinuated it. So, Jules, what undue influence might you have?
None?
So what undue influence did you have?
It's my past, Nadine.
And I'll lie if I want to, lie if I want to.
Bengu has the loose cannon about him. Yes, I have reservations, yes. Very well, Lord Spriggan. Enjoy your evening as well, sir. Vuvu, what are you doing here?
Just checking if everything's okay.
It is.
Awesome. Do you mind if I come in? So, have you spoken to your mother yet?
No. Why do you keep bringing up my mother?
Does it seem that way? I suppose it does. Well, you know, mothers are so important.
No, but I prefer to take some time to settle in when I come back.
Sure.
I like to get used to being back. See, Joburg is a city of goodbyes for me.
Your father, your brother.
What do you know about them?
You know, just that them passing away in the 80s.
Yes. Partly. So you can understand why my mother thinks I'm arriving tomorrow.
Mingus,
Vuvu.
I'm sorry. Your mother knows you're in town.
How?
I phoned her to get your ID number.
You... Why?
I needed it for Home Affairs and you weren't at the office. I'm sorry. I'm free tonight. I could give you a lift to the township if you want.
Thanks. Now, Jules, you know that they have no sense of local conditions or our needs. Someone has to baptize them.
But you're alienating them. And us.
Yes, but you are not fighting for our positions.
Come on, Jude. 90% of all new petrol stations. We're both looking for the same thing here, man.
And what's that?
The empowerment of our brothers and sisters.
Please. Why is the lab working so hard to find white business a black face?
For the same reason that the union has an investment fund. Come on, do you even remember where your copy of Das Kapital is, eh?
Excuse me. I need to make a phone call and then the ladies.
Das Kapital.
Do you remember when we were drafting the guiding principles for the union? Ownership wasn't on the agenda.
Oh. There were other things.
Hello, ma.
Don't you hello, mommy. Why haven't you phoned?
I'll be fine, thanks.
Here we invite people in. Where are your manners? Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Vuvusbi.
Oh, Vuvu, the one I spoke to on the phone. Thank you for that. Please come in. Etsa coffee. I want to go enough ya hore ke itekanyetse. Ke ntse ke kenya duvet cover e.
Ma. Ma, just leave it for now.
Gore mo santetse sa gaufile.
Ne ke batla nako, just to settle in.
Settle in what?
Just being back.
Oh, go sane ba lesika ba tlile go go amogela. Mogongwe ba tla botsa Vuvu gore le eno tla ba teng.
Ke a bereka ka moso, ma.
No. O tla ba fa go dumedisa lesika. O tle le di suitcase tsa gago.
I'm not staying here, ma.
So the standards sa Orlando East ga di ha o siamela, eh?
Ma, it has nothing to do with standards. I want to live in my own place, close to my work, in the city. Ma. I won't be 14 hours away. Just 15 minutes.
Siam.
I'll see to the coffee.
Okay, so cards on the table. It's your smoke screen thing to soften them out. What's your bottom line?
Okay, here's the thing. We're up to here in debt. Our cash flow is fucked. We need money now, not in 5 years. These contracts that we're going to be landing, these guys will be worth billions. We need real-time recognition for the value that we bring. Money for our constituency, Jaws, not money for our debt. That's my bottom line.
Judith, you could have told me this days ago.
Jaws, you know you have to sing for yourself, baby.
Sorry, it's home. Hello? He's vomiting? What you feed him? All right, I'll be there in 15 minutes. All right.
Something wrong?
It's my son. He's sick.
Is he gonna be okay?
I don't know. He's vomiting.
So,
So, how are we doing?
We're sorted, huh?
We're sorted.
Fabulous.
Okay. That's all.
Where's he going?
Son's not well.
Oh.
Nkosi kakhulu ke mama.
Ke thabela ha o ile wa fihla.
Andisiva tu ke ngoku sithanda.
Next time o tla o phegela boko.
Okay, enkosi.
Bye-bye.
It's good to see you, man.
Tsamaya sentle.
One moment.
And?
I think we got somewhere.
So is he going to say yes?
That I don't know.
So where did you get?
Morning.
Morning. Tell me that's where you got.
Is that what you think of me?
You have reason to think that of you.
In this case, absolutely not.
Heavens to that.
Morning. What's left? Well, I was wondering what your position is on enrichment versus empowerment.
And empowerment can only be derived from enrichment.
You believe then that trickle-down economics is the solution?
In a globalized world with liberalized capital markets, yes. I believe it's a solution.
But with an unskilled working class, isn't state intervention necessary?
My dear, black economic empowerment is state intervention.
That some would say is only benefiting a new black middle class and that nothing is trickling down to the people.
And I'd have to disagree. First of all, we now have a black middle class. Secondly, ownership and management of South Africa's business sector is being successfully transferred to the majority.
But 3 million jobs have been shared since 1996. 60% of black people are still poor, as opposed to only 1% of whites. Over 50% of our population still live in poverty.
Well, we're going to need more than just a decade to right the wrongs of apartheid now, won't we?
But trickle-down isn't working. For it to work, the middle class has to be altruistic. Do you think the black middle class is capable of altruism?
Miss Musimani, from your CV, I recall that you went to St. Mary's High School, then on to Rhodes. Then you did your honors at WITS, all privileged middle-class institutions. I'd say you are better able to answer that question.
The feature's on you, not me.
Since our liberation, we have achieved huge amounts. The delivery of services, increased buying power, the massive entry of black people into the economy. Now people will share in the country's wealth, but it's going to take time. And in the process, some people will get wealthy. Now to hold that against them is both spiteful and destructive. Now if you'll excuse me, I've got some work to do.
Well, thank you for your time, Miss Lucy.
Not to mention.
You're doing this deal because it's a business imperative. You know that we add value and that your company will grow because of us. For that, we want a percentage of each contract that we land you.
A finder's fee.
You could put it that way.
No,
Why?
because it's leaking away from our shareholder base.
So once again, no compromise.
We could pay your executives for their time attending workshops.
We are not here, Mr. Walker, to look after our executives. We are here to look after our constituency.
And we are here to look after our shareholders.
This is an empowerment deal, one that empowers the previously disadvantaged in this country, not one that empowers the multinational.
Please spare me the lecture. I understand the political
Do
realities.
you have any idea how this country works, Mr.
We are
Walker?
fully aware of how
Do you
this
know that there are
country
people who
functions, and
take
that
this
is why,
taxi at
as a
4 o'clock in
company,
the morning
we
to
have
be
been
here at
able to
7
achieve so
o'clock
much
so
value.
that they can be exploited by the likes of you?
Max, we more than appreciate your obligation to your shareholders. Given that it is incumbent on you to look after their interests, why don't you monitor the value which the union brings commercially during the 5-year funding period? and then offset that against their funding obligations. That way Atlantic Oil is empowered without any leakage to your shareholder base, and the union gets to realize their value add.
Makes sense?
Okay. That'll make your shareholders happy?
Okay.
Right. Well, then maybe we should look at making the union's equivalent happy, their constituency. Now, at the moment, all your corporate social spend is being administered by yourselves. Now, I suggest a portion of it, say 40%, be given to the union to spend as they see fit. I'm sure you'll agree that they're in a better position to understand the needs of their beneficiary base. Okay. All right. Well, we have some common ground. Let's move on.
Hallelujah.
Hey, Mingus. Listen, I'm sorry if I've seemed a little antagonistic. It's just, I fight hard for what I want. It's nothing personal.
I appreciate that.
So, our boardroom culture. I'm sure it's a little different, eh?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, no, we enjoy our battles here. But I'm sure you know that, coming from the family that you do.
Did you know my family?
Yeah, by reputation, yeah. So, you doing the video conferencing now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, good luck, man. All right, they're about to link him up.
Any indication from him?
Nothing.
Charles, old boy.
Good afternoon, sirs.
Yes, good afternoon. Now, listen, Charles. We've been talking to this Walker chap from Atlantic Oil. Seems to have a bunch of cowboys on our hands.
Well, they are mavericks, sir.
Yes, which might actually suit us in our ESCO privatization alliance. However, to go so far as entrusting them with £18 million might seem a bit imprudent, wouldn't you say?
You may be right, sir.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you agree. In your dealings, have you chanced upon any other more worthwhile investment?
I'm afraid my focus has been here, sir.
But you do think that you can find, how shall I say, a more like-minded entity for our investment?
Like-minded, sir?
Well, someone more of our, ilk, if you will.
Our ilk being what, sir?
Well, Charles, more traditional.
Well, they do get the job done, sir.
Albeit eccentrically.
Which in this economic environment could work toward their favor.
Sorry, Charles, you're confusing me here. You seem to be flip-flopping on this.
Not at all, sir. I had reservations, yes. But now that I better understand their modus operandi, my reservations are limited to the terms of the mandate.
Well, this is a surprise.
Angus? What?
Will you accept 2% for the management fee?
Are you saying yes?
I'm trying to, so?
Yes!
Yes! Yes!
Yeah, just drop me off at the garage.
I'll drop you off. Where's the booking?
Moyo, at 8.
Excellent. Now, everyone, I want a little moderation tonight, please, because tomorrow we're going to be very busy growing 200 million rand! Yes!
Nadine?
Yeah?
Can I discuss the CSR thing with you?
Sure. Maybe go together.
Yeah. He's here somewhere.
We need black faces. You need white caps.
Hey, I'm not going to front for you. 25 years, I've struggled to build this company in much more difficult circumstances
Please,
than
China,
you
don't
ever
go
know.
down that
Hey,
road.
don't China me.
Chew on. Nadine, what the fuck have you done?
We believe in free speech and free press, Pearl.
Which means I've got a right to defend myself.
And what are you going to ask him to do?
I don't know. I'll just see what options are available.
Just going to look desperate.
It is a bit, Monty. It is.